It's been a hot minute. I've just been really busy this semester doing this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and also this. And yeah, I've just finished my exams for the semester, and I've also just gotten back from my trip from Bintan. Here's my Bintan trip in a nutshell. We started our day bright and early by driving down to the ferry terminal where we began our check-in process, and oh, that's what the inside of the scanny airport machine thing looks like. It's surprisingly underwhelming. Then we boarded our ferry and took a 1-hour ride to Bintan, where we then met our driver who took us to lunch, which is only a short 15 minutes drive away. We ate at Warung Ye, one of the top recommendations I'd found online. The food was good and actually really affordable, adding up to only 52 SGD for 8 people. And as my boyfriend would say, it was a hearty meal. Following which, we took about an hour to arrive at our next destination, Gurun Pasir Bintan. Frankly, there wasn't much to do there other than walk around, take some pictures, look at eagles, but it was still a very nice serene place to be in. Literally just... well, that is until we ruined it with our excited ATV screaming. After that, we decided to call it a day and headed back to the residence Bintan, which is where we'd be staying for the next couple of days. The 7 of us piled into 2 buggies, which took us to our 2 villas located opposite each other, and not long after, the sun began to set, which means it's time for dinner. And we also found a nice spot for pictures. Look away, kids! The next day, we started the day early by attending the hotel's complimentary yoga lesson. Then we fueled up in preparation for the long day ahead, watered some plants, got dressed, and now we're ready to go.
There's only 20 cents.
This is a local cracker made of snails. It was alright once you get over the thought of it. For lunch, we headed to a nearby place recommended by our driver, which served a huge array of dishes. We also dropped by a supermarket to buy some local beans and picked Arabica Toraja, apparently one of the most commonly used beans here. And you know I can't function without coffee, so here we are at a cafe. We picked up 6 drinks for only 13 SGD, which was bonkers because they were so good and so pretty too. My kopi latte was fragrant, but I probably would have liked it with a little less milk. And then we were back to the room for a late lunch. On our way out, we caught a pretty rainbow, then we drove to the Manabu for dinner. It was supposed to be our date night, but it became date night with my family and our driver, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th wheeling us at the table behind us.
You sure there's an N?
It's an M!
Oh yeah. Fling it down.
Despite the many insects flying around us and the one that I found in my rice, and the disappointing sunset, it was still a great experience nonetheless, with good and affordable food and drinks. And not to mention some really cute cats too. For dessert, we had durian, which I didn't eat, but the rest seemed to enjoy it, so good for them. We started the next morning with a short workout, followed by a hearty breakfast. Then we got changed for the beach. Today was supposed to be a beach/water sports day, but as you can probably tell, it's raining. It's drizzling. It's not too bad, but I'm not sure if they will halt all water sports just for safety reasons. So we shall see how this goes. But the rain got pretty heavy and I ended up stranded at the pool bar with a broken slipper. It took a couple hours for the sky to clear, but once it did, we loaned a tandem bike from the hotel to ride around for a bit. Walked along a small cove just a stone throw away from the main beach, where I picked seashells and birthed through just about anything he could get his hands on into the sea. Afterwards, we went back to the pool bar to chill and take some pictures. hence the pot I borrowed to use as a tripod and returned, don't worry. After some drinks and an extremely short game of Jenga that started and ended on the first round, we returned to our room for dinner, featuring even more local food. Then we ended the night with a game of Singaporean Dream. It's 4 a.m. now, and we're gonna go catch the sunrise. Yeah. We're on the way to go wake up Barf. Just in case, because I don't think he set an alarm. It's also very pretty out here, even though it's kind of scary and there are quite a number of lizards actually. It is the final morning here, and I'm gonna go get ready for the day and pack up, get ready to leave. Yep, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go have a filling breakfast before we go. We took a final ride to breakfast where I had my usual morning coffee and Berth had his breakfast fit for a 10-year-old before we rode the hotel's free shuttle to the ferry terminal. It was an hour-long ride and we were tired from waking up early, so we had a nice nap. Once we reached the ferry terminal, the check-in and boarding process was long and slow, but eventually we managed to get onto the ferry and depart for Singapore. And that's it. That was our short trip. It was good, you know. It was nice to be able to get away from Singapore for the first time in a few years. I mean, there were a few disappointing moments like the bad weather and just not being able to do some things that we had initially wanted to do. But all in all, I think it's the company that matters. All jokes aside, this will probably be my last family trip in a while because I'll be leaving for Perth soon. It was nice being able to spend time with my family and with my boyfriend. I'm just very thankful for the time that I got to spend with my loved ones and for the opportunity to rest and recharge after a really long and tiring semester. So that's about it for me.